Once there was a girl called Ella. Well, actually, everyone at home called her Cinderella. I know. Her stepmother started it. She thought she was funny. Ella thought she was dead annoying, but she didn't say so. At least not out loud. Luckily for Ella, she didn't have to see her stepmom much because her job kept her busy from morning to dusk. She cleaned at a hotel, mopping floors and scrubbing loos and just getting on with whatever there was to do. Her dad loved hotels, and after her mum had died, her and her dad had lived in one for quite a bit. And some people might have thought that was sad, but Ella loved it. She loved the stripy curtains and funny little fridge. She loved hiding in the foyer and making faces at the receptionist. And after her dad had gone, and it was just her and her stepmum, and 2 stepsisters, yeah, those ones, to Ella, a hotel seemed like the obvious place to run. The time Ella likes her job the best is at Christmas. She loves the Christmas songs on repeat as she wipes down tables. Even after the 1000th time she sings along. She loves the drinks people order. Mulled wine and brandy and stuff that whiffs of cinnamon. She loves the decorations. Tinsels and red velvet and a huge glittery tree. And most of all, she loves the people. Because watching people in a hotel at Christmas feels a little bit like a recipe for magic. The main ingredient of which is the Christmas stew, with its own special blend of people letting loose. Karen, who is not here to mess around and spends her evening giving it her all on the karaoke. Sheila, who is wearing an outfit made entirely of sequins and lycra. Ella loves it all, even sweeping the mess up after. To her, that's what Christmas is. This year, though, Christmas is a little different, as you can imagine. The hotel is empty and the bar is closed. Ella walks to work every day just to give the sides a dust, but there's no people in Santa hats to sing at. There's no one to distract her from her life at home, or the fact she misses her mum and dad. Because as we've already mentioned, Ella's stepmum and sisters are not the kindest of human beings. They're what Ella might describe as demanding, and what my nan might describe as sour-faced, spoiled brats not worth greeting. Normally, at Christmas, you'd find Ella's stepsisters in the hotel too. They like to linger at the bar and keep an eye on her. They like to loll across the seats and spill drinks on purpose at her feet. But most of all, they like to make eyes at the hotel owner's son. Charming Charlie, they call him. And they giggle at his every whim. Still, this year, she almost misses them. On Christmas Eve, she wipes down the empty tables and she wishes she wasn't alone. And it's then, as she's dusting the fairy at the top of the tree, that something happens that leaves her mind blown. Because, well, this sounds mad, but, well, you see, as she dusts, she wishes, aloud, I wish I had someone to dance with. I wish I could have a proper Christmas night out. Oh, I wish. And as she's saying it, well, the fairy, she sort of comes alive, flies off the top of the tree. Ella actually catches her with a spray of Dettol to the face, which, as you can imagine, doesn't leave her best pleased. And this fairy, once she's spluttered and remembered to breathe, well, she tells Ella she's come to give her her happy ever after. And Ella, well, she's a little confused. Not to mention battered and bruised, because the sight of that fairy has sent her crashing to the floor. And it's from down there she asks, why haven't you come before? And the fairy says, Because you never asked. Not that I've heard. And what you want, you've got to ask for it. Believe in it. Think you're worth it. And the fairy grabs the dishcloth from out of Ella's hands and magics it into the most beautiful velvet dress, grabs some rats from the back of the bins and turns them into a band. Now we're just pausing here to make it clear that we're not saying the hotel has rats. Ella would be heartbroken if that found its way onto TripAdvisor. You'd probably get us sacked. But tonight, this fairy just happens to find some. Okay? Anyway, the fairy tells Ella she's got until midnight and she better get on with it. So Ella heads to that dance floor and gives it her all. And suddenly, charming Charlie walks in his best suit, standing tall. Now, Ella's not that bothered about charming Charlie, usually. But tonight, there's something special in the air. A bit of fairy dust Ella hasn't got to with the Hoover. And yeah, there's a connection. A proper one. You see, charming Charlie is stressed. The hotel's not doing well and he doesn't know how to turn it around. But Ella, Ella, well, she does, of course. She's aflame with ideas on how to make it a success. And Charlie listens. And well, he's impressed. He keeps shouting across the dance floor, "You should help me run this, the hotel. You're the one I've been looking for." And Ella laughs and dances and talks and, yeah, swoons a bit. So much so that she totally forgets her curfew. And it's not until she feels a fairy brush her ear at 11:55 that her stomach drops and she runs out the door and round the block. And she finds herself in the taxi rank at midnight, heart pounding, mind racing and belly full of hope. She's so full of hope, she doesn't realise she's only got one shoe on. She slipped out of the other one as she raced down those hotel steps. She's so full of hope that she doesn't notice her velvet dress is gone. And she's clutching nothing but a dishcloth to cover her dignity. She's so full of hope because she finally knows that even if, in the morning, charming Charlie doesn't find her, she doesn't need to hide. She's no longer alone. She's got a fairy by her side. Because she knows that whatever she needs, she's going to demand it, out loud. And that's how her and that fairy, this Christmas, they're going to make her dad proud.